The casting process for the 1978 movie Grease was a lively and engaging journey. Producers chose John Travolta for the role of Danny Zuko after his success in Saturday Night Fever. For the character of Sandy, they originally wanted Carrie Fisher, but she was unavailable due to her Star Wars commitments. Olivia Newton-John, an accomplished singer and actress, was then cast as Sandy. Her chemistry with Travolta was undeniable during their audition, making them ideal leads. Stockard Channing, initially reluctant, landed the role of Rizzo following her successful chemistry test with the rest of the Pink Ladies. Her acting experience in both theater and television contributed to the group's dynamic. Jeff Conaway, familiar with Travolta from their work on Welcome Back, Kotter, was cast as Kenickie. Sid Caesar, a seasoned comedian and actor, joined as Coach Calhoun, while Frankie Avalon made a memorable appearance as Teen Angel. The casting process included extensive auditions, chemistry tests, and evaluations of each actor's ability to contribute to the overall ensemble. Each key actor's unique talents and experiences ultimately shaped the success of the film, creating a timeless musical beloved by many.
Sen de katılırsın. Çok eğlenir, unutulmaz dostluklar kurarlar.
Sandy'yi nasıl buldun sen? Pembe kızlara katıl...
The director of Grease, Randall Kleiser, aimed to create a nostalgic and energetic representation of the 1950s. He drew inspiration from his own adolescent experiences and the popular stage play of the same name. Kleiser is known for his vibrant visual style, often using warm colors and wide shots to capture the scope of his settings. Kleiser's approach to directing Grease involved a significant amount of collaboration with the cast and crew. He worked closely with the choreographer, Patricia Birch, to ensure that the musical numbers were visually engaging and in line with the film's 1950s setting. Kleiser also encouraged the cast to improvise and bring their own ideas to the table, fostering a creative and collaborative environment on set. The director's vision for Grease also included a focus on authenticity. He sought to capture the look and feel of the 1950s by using vintage cars, clothing, and props. Additionally, Kleiser worked with the cast to develop their characters' unique styles and mannerisms, contributing to the overall authenticity of the film. In terms of his directorial style, Kleiser is known for his meticulous attention to detail and his ability to work well with actors. He often uses storyboards to plan out scenes and works closely with his cinematographers to achieve the desired visual aesthetic. Kleiser's collaborative and inclusive approach to directing helped bring the world of Grease to life, creating a film that continues to be beloved by audiences today. Grease is a classic 1978 movie that has stood the test of time. It's a fun-filled musical romance set in the 1950s, starring John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. The movie follows the story of Danny and Sandy, two high school students who fall in love during the summer but end up at the same school in the fall. Perhaps you have a personal story of how Grease has inspired or impacted your life. Maybe it's your favorite movie and you've watched it countless times. Or perhaps you have a cherished memory or personal experience related to this movie that you'll never forget. For me, the first time I watched Grease was in middle school, and I immediately fell in love with the catchy song, funny moments, and the unforgettable characters. I still remember singing along to You're the One That I Want and Grease Lightnin' with my friends. Throughout this video, you'll learn many funny, shocking, and sad facts about Grease that you might not have known before. From the behind-the-scenes drama to the surprising connections to real-life events, this movie has it all. So, what's your most cherished memory or personal experience related to Grease? We would love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. Your anecdotes might even inspire us to create more content about this beloved movie. In conclusion, Grease is a timeless classic that continues to inspire and entertain audiences of all ages. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the movie, there's always something new to discover and enjoy.
Raydel'e hoş geldin. Önce şu formu doldurman gerekiyor ama... bir dakika izin verir misin? Hemen dönerim.
The 1978 movie Grease was filmed in various locations, with the main sets built at several studios. The interior of Rydell High School was constructed at Venice High School in Los Angeles, while the exterior scenes were shot at John Marshall High School in the same city. The carnival scene was filmed at Calvert Studios in California, and the drive-in movie scene was shot at the Pasadena Griffith Park Drive-In. The set design was crucial to creating the 1950s atmosphere with vibrant colors and authentic details. Production designer Philip M. Jeffries and art director James J. Murakami sourced period appropriate furniture, fixtures, and decorations to transform the sound stages into Rydell High School and other locations. They even replicated the school's iconic mascot, the Griffin, for the set. Logistical challenges included filming at multiple locations and coordinating the schedules of a large cast and crew. Additionally, the film featured numerous musical numbers, which required careful choreography and synchronization. To ensure smooth filming, the production team used cutting-edge techniques such as multi-track recording and playback systems, allowing the cast to lip-sync to pre-recorded music. To create the iconic flying car scene, the production team employed a combination of techniques, including constructing a working model car and using a process called rear screen projection. This method involved filming a background scene, then projecting it onto a screen behind the actors, who were positioned in front of the screen in a stationary car. This allowed the car to appear as if it were moving through the background scene. In summary, the production of Grease required careful planning and coordination, with a focus on capturing the essence of the 1950s through detailed set design and innovative filming techniques. The film's success can be attributed to the hard work and dedication of the cast, crew, and production team.
Hiç katılmayalım.
Dikkatli ol.
Grease is a classic film that has stood the test of time, having been released decades ago. I have fond memories of this movie from my childhood, when my father sold bubble gum cards featuring stills from the 1978 movie. I wasn't allowed to watch movies until I was older, around 10 or 11, but Grease was one of the first films I saw when I got my hands on a VCR. The movie is based on the Broadway play, and Hollywood did an excellent job of adapting it for the big screen. The story revolves around two high school students from different backgrounds who struggle to accept each other's identities, but the film is more than just a love story. It's a celebration of the 1950s, a time when life was simpler and people found joy in simpler things. Despite the Cold War, kids from the 1950s had a great time, and the movie captures that spirit perfectly. The film's only flaw is the occasional hint of the 1970s and the decade in which it was made. However, it does a fantastic job of recreating the 1950s, making it easy to forget that it was made in the 1970s. John Travolta gives a brilliant performance as Danny Zuko, the leader of the T-Birds, a high school gang. He portrays Danny as a multi-dimensional character, capable of being charming and naive, as well as cool and confident. Travolta's performance is one of the reasons why Grease has endured for so long. Stockard Channing is equally impressive as Betty Rizzo, the leader of the Pink Ladies. Despite playing a supporting role, Channing delivers a memorable performance, making Rizzo one of the most iconic characters in the film. The supporting cast is equally impressive, with a mix of talented actors and actresses, each delivering a solid performance. Annette Charles, who plays Cha-Cha, a dancer from the local dance hall, steals the show in her small role. Her dance moves are captivating, and she leaves a lasting impression. Olivia Newton-John's performance as Sandy, the female lead, is somewhat lacking. While her singing is impressive, her acting falls flat, and she fails to bring the character to life. Overall, Grease is a must-watch film that has stood the test of time. While there have been a few attempts to recreate its success, such as Grease 2, and from Justin to Kelly, none have come close to matching the original. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend giving it a watch. It's a fun and entertaining film that will have you tapping your feet and singing along in no time.
Sıramız hazır ve başlıyor.
The creation of the Grease soundtrack in 1978 was a collaborative effort between composers and musicians, resulting in a memorable and fitting accompaniment to the film's narrative and emotional tone. The music, penned by composers Jim Jacobs, Warren Casey, and arranger John Farrar, complemented the story's 1950s setting and the characters' journeys. Notable musicians contributing to the soundtrack included Olivia Newton-John as Sandy and John Travolta as Danny, both of whom delivered standout performances. The soundtrack features iconic songs such as You're the One That I Want, Summer Nights, and Hopelessly Devoted to You, which became instant classics and added to the film's overall appeal. The music in Grease was designed to reflect the carefree spirit of the time period as well as the ups and downs of the characters' relationships. The composers successfully blended elements of rock and roll, pop, and doo-wop to create a soundtrack that resonated with audiences and elevated the film's emotional impact. Musicians involved in the recording sessions, including members of the studio orchestra and backup singers, ensured that each song was crafted with precision and care. Their contributions helped to shape the soundtrack's distinctive sound, blending catchy melodies with the raw energy of rock and roll. The enduring popularity of the Grease soundtrack is a testament to the skill and dedication of all those involved in its creation. The music not only complements the narrative and emotional tone of the film, but also stands on its own as a captivating and engaging listening experience.
Daha da beter. Sıçanların üstündeki bitlerin üzerlerindeki amitlerdir. Yani o kadar aşağılıktırlar ki köpekler...
The rights to create a movie adaptation of Grease were originally held by Steve Krantz and Ralph Bakshi, with plans to make it an animated musical. However, when their partnership ended, Robert Stigwood acquired the movie rights and changed the direction of the project. Most of the extras in the film were winners of a nationwide contest, making their appearance in Grease a special opportunity. Actor Jeff Conaway, who played Kenickie, had a notable infatuation with co-star Olivia Newton-John. His feelings were so strong that he struggled to speak around her. Conaway later married Rona Newton-John, Olivia's sister. These behind-the-scenes details add an interesting layer to the well-known musical film.
Tamam.
Korkmuyorsun değil mi? Güzel. Hadi dans edelim.
Let's talk about the famous opening scene, where John Travolta's character, Danny Zuko, struts down the beach while the song Grease plays in the background. The scene is shot in slow motion, highlighting Travolta's confident swagger and the movie's fun and carefree spirit. Director Randall Kleiser has said that he wanted to create a pop art look for the film, and this scene certainly achieves that goal. Another iconic moment is the Summer Nights musical number, where Danny and his friends reminisce about their summer fling with Sandy, while Sandy and her friends sing about their version of events. The scene is shot in a split screen, with the two groups singing to each other. Choreographer Patricia Birch has said that she wanted to create a playground atmosphere for the number, and the use of the split screen helps to convey that feeling of childlike innocence. The beauty school dropout scene is also a standout, with Frankie Avalon appearing as an angelic figure to give advice to Stockard Channing's character, Rizzo. The scene is shot in a dreamlike style, with soft lighting and pastel colors. Avalon has said that he wanted to play the role as a good guy, and his earnest performance adds to the scene's emotional impact. Finally, the film's climactic dance competition is another unforgettable moment. The scene is shot in a wide shot, with the camera panning across the crowded gymnasium as the characters dance and sing. Cinematographer Bill Butler has said that he wanted to create a chaotic atmosphere for the scene, and the use of handheld cameras and quick cuts adds to the energy and excitement. Overall, the iconic scenes in Grease are memorable not just for their catchy music and flashy choreography, but also for their strong direction and performances. The film's impact can still be felt today, with its enduring popularity and influence on popular culture.
Bak, Thunder Road'da ciddi yarışıyorlar. Bunu biliyorsun öyle değil mi?
Grease, the popular 1978 movie, was a revolutionary musical that challenged the conventions of Broadway with its raw conversations about sex and rebelliousness. It was heavily influenced by the experimental pieces of the 1960s, such as Hair, and aimed to shake up the traditional musical scene. The film featured 1950s stars like Eve Arden, Dody Goodman, Sid Caesar, and Frankie Avalon, with Connie Stevens and Tab Hunter joining in the sequel, Grease 2. The character of Principal McGee, played by Eve Arden, was a nod to her earlier role in Our Miss Brooks. The movie's original script had Sandy, portrayed by Olivia Newton-John, sidelined during the dance contest. However, Olivia Newton-John, who was not a professionally trained dancer, expressed her desire to dance in the movie, leading to a change in the script where she dances with Danny before being subdued by Sonny. Grease was a reflection of the clumsy, tentative, but emerging sexual freedom of the late 1950s, viewed through the lens of the middle of the sexual revolution in the 1970s. The movie found its roots in the rawness, rowdiness, and lack of polish that made experimental pieces in the 1960s such cultural phenomena. The impact of Hair on Grease can be seen in the two shows' titles, both taking as their primary symbols the hairstyles of young Americans as a form of rebellion and cultural declaration of independence.
Kenickie bizi uğraştırma.
Frenleri tamir ediyorum.
Hayır, frenlere sonra bakacağız.
Released in 1978, the movie Grease quickly became a cultural phenomenon, captivating audiences with its catchy music, memorable characters, and nostalgic 1950s setting. The film, starring John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, follows the story of Danny and Sandy, two teenagers who fall in love during the summer but are separated when Sandy has to return home. However, their paths cross again when Sandy transfers to Danny's high school, Rydell High, leading to a series of romantic and comedic events. Grease resonated with audiences due to its relatable themes of first love, friendship, and self-discovery. The film's catchy soundtrack, featuring hits like You're the One That I Want and Summer Nights, became instant classics and helped to solidify the movie's place in pop culture history. The film's memorable characters, such as the tough yet vulnerable Danny and the sweet yet spunky Sandy, became cultural icons and continue to be celebrated today. In addition to its entertainment value, Grease also contributed to discussions on relevant social and cultural themes. For example, the film explores the idea of conformity and the pressure to fit in as characters like Danny and Sandy struggle to reconcile their true selves with the expectations of their peers. The film also touches on themes of gender roles and relationships as the characters navigate the complexities of teenage romance. Grease's impact on pop culture is undeniable. The film's distinctive 1950s style, from the fashion to the music, has been widely imitated and celebrated in subsequent years. The film's enduring popularity is evident in the numerous stage adaptations and merchandise that continue to be produced today. Overall, Grease is a cultural and social touchstone that continues to resonate with audiences today. Its memorable characters, catchy soundtrack, and relatable themes have made it a beloved classic that will continue to be celebrated for years to come.
Out of spite.
In the 1978 film Grease, it was revealed by John Travolta in a 1998 interview that Linda Ronstadt was initially considered for the role of Sandy. The high school in the movie, Rydell High, pays tribute to teen idol Bobby Rydell, who had a hit single Swingin' School in 1960. However, the movie has faced criticism in recent times, with viewers pointing out elements of misogyny, racism, and homophobia after its airing on the BBC in December 2020. Olivia Newton-John, one of the film's stars, responded to the criticism during an interview on the Australian podcast A Life of Greatness, stating that those who view Grease as sexist and lacking diversity need to relax a little bit, and that they should not take the movie too seriously. She believes that the movie is simply a fun musical from the 1970s about the 1950s, meant to entertain people.
Sen de katılırsın. Çok eğlenir, unutulmaz dostluklar kurarız.
Sandy'yi nasıl buldun sen?
The 1978 movie Grease received positive reviews from critics and was a major success at the box office. The film's lighthearted and energetic portrayal of high school life in the 1950s, along with its memorable musical numbers, contributed to its widespread popularity. Critics praised the performances of the lead actors, John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, as well as the supporting cast. Variety magazine described Travolta's performance as extraordinary and Newton-John's as just right. The film's soundtrack, which included hits like You're the One That I Want and Summer Nights, was also widely praised. Audiences responded enthusiastically to Grease, and it became one of the highest-grossing films of the year. Its success helped to solidify the careers of its lead actors, particularly Travolta, who had previously starred in the hit TV show Welcome Back, Kotter, and the successful film Saturday Night Fever. Grease received several award nominations, including an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Song for Hopelessly Devoted to You. It also won several People's Choice Awards, including Favorite Motion Picture and Favorite Musical Motion Picture. The accolades and success of Grease were significant for those involved in the film, as it helped to establish their reputations and careers in the entertainment industry. The movie's enduring popularity and cultural impact are a testament to its appeal and the skill of its creators.
Çoğunlukla plajdaydım. Orada bir çocukla tanıştım. Bir çocuk için bütün yazı plajda mı geçirdin?
In November 2019, Olivia Newton-John auctioned off several Grease memorabilia, including the iconic skin-tight black pants she wore in the movie. The auction, held by Julian's Auction House in Beverly Hills, raised funds for Olivia's Cancer Research Center in Australia. The pants were bought for $405,700 by Spanx founder Sarah Blakely while the leather jacket, which sold for $243,200, was returned anonymously to Olivia. Jeff Conaway, known for his role as Kenickie in Grease, had a previous stint on Broadway as Danny Zuko. The auction and the actor's subsequent actions serve as a reminder of the film's enduring impact and the cast's contributions to the entertainment industry. John Travolta, who played Danny, arrived on set with a real 1950s car he'd bought and restored himself. The car became his prized possession during filming. Olivia Newton-John, who played Sandy, had never acted in a film before, and she was quite nervous. To help her relax, the director, Randall Kleiser, encouraged her to sing her lines instead of just speaking them. During the filming of the number Grease Lightning, actor Jeff Conaway, who played Kenickie, actually injured himself. He was supposed to jump onto the hood of the car, but missed and fell, hurting his ankle. The scene had to be finished with Conaway limping and wincing in pain. The famous Summer Nights number was filmed in a large water tank at Paramount Studios. The cast had to perform the number while standing in water up to their waists. The water was kept at a specific temperature to prevent the cameras from fogging up, but it was still quite cold for the actors. The script originally called for the character Rizzo, played by Stockard Channing, to have an abortion. However, this storyline was eventually dropped due to concerns that it would be too controversial. Instead, Rizzo's character arc focused on her feelings of inadequacy and loneliness. During the filming of the drag race scene, the stunt drivers were having trouble controlling the cars on the wet pavement. The scene had to be filmed multiple times, with the drivers eventually resorting to putting sandbags in the cars to weigh them down and improve traction. In the iconic final scene, where the characters drive off into the sky, the cameras were mounted on a special rig that was attached to the back of a truck. The truck drove away while the cameras filmed the cars from behind, creating the illusion that they were flying. However, the actors inside the cars had to keep their heads down and couldn't see anything, relying on the director's instructions to know when to look up and smile. The song Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee in Grease, was meant to highlight a class conflict, with the character of Sandy being criticized for her uptight values. This number also served as a satire of middle-class phoniness and prudishness. In the original stage play, the song referenced Sal Mineo, but this was changed to Elvis Presley for the movie. Interestingly, the filming of the slumber party scene, which includes the song, took place on the day Presley died. In the movie, Dinah Manoff played the role of Marty Maraschino, despite her lack of dancing and singing skills. She managed to land the part through her personality during auditions. When it came to the choreography, Manoff often remained in the background.
Matematikten aldığım şu nota bak.
Ben de matematikten hiç anlamam.
Buraya gelin çocuk.
The 1978 movie Grease holds a significant place in film history due to its immense popularity and cultural impact. As a romantic musical, it revolutionized the genre by combining catchy music, vibrant characters, and engaging storytelling. The film's success led to a newfound appreciation for movie musicals and inspired future filmmakers to explore the genre in various ways. Grease has had a lasting impact on filmmaking, particularly in the way it approaches musical numbers and romantic storylines. Its unique blend of humor, drama, and music created a captivating movie experience that resonated with audiences worldwide. The film's influence can be seen in numerous subsequent works, such as the resurgence of movie musicals like Chicago, High School Musical, and La La Land. The movie's influence extends beyond film, inspiring various adaptations and spin-offs, including a successful Broadway musical and a 2016 live television event. Grease's enduring appeal lies in its ability to tell a timeless story of love and friendship set against the backdrop of the 1950s. The film's memorable characters, unforgettable music, and iconic fashion have all contributed to its lasting legacy and continued impact on popular culture. In summary, the 1978 movie Grease has left an indelible mark on film history, inspiring future filmmakers and audiences alike with its unique blend of music, romance, and humor. Its lasting legacy continues to resonate today, as the film's influence can be seen in various forms of media and entertainment. If you have fond memories of the classic 1978 movie Grease, we'd love to hear them. Share your experiences and stories about how this film impacted you personally or influenced your perspective on cinema. We encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on our cinematic explorations. Let's engage in a lively discussion about this beloved movie and its enduring legacy. Tell us, what made Grease stand out for you? Was it the catchy tunes, the memorable characters, or the nostalgic depiction of the 1950s? How did it affect your taste in movies or inspire you in your own life? We look forward to reading your comments and learning more about the film's impact on you. So, don't be shy and join the conversation today.
Yani o kadar aşağılıktırlar ki köpekler bile onları ısırmaz. Bir kızın güvenebileceği